We are back. Welcome to the Obee-s Box Podcast, where men's self-care isn't just a trend, it's a transformation. I'm your host, Chidi, and with me is my co-pilot in this men's self-care journey, the ever-thoughtful Ralph.
What's happening to all the peoples? All the peoples, what's happening? We're moving and grooming, you know what I'm saying? And always pursuing. Yeah. Hey, if you're new here, welcome to the tribe. All right, if you've been rocking with us, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Obee-s Box is more than a subscription. It's a whole movement. You feel me?
Yep.
All right. We talk about all things men's self-care. All right. From grooming and hygiene to the deep stuff. All right. Emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, sexual, and even financial wellness. All right. Because being well isn't just one dimensional. And also neither are you.
That's right. And let me tell you the real story about Obee-s Box. So Obee-s Box started with a luxury self-care box as a luxury self-care brand It started with luxury self-care boxes for men, which included skincare, grooming, and wellness products and tools. But after honest conversations with real men, Obee-s Box hit pause. Why? Because men don't just need products. They need permission to feel, to rest, and to heal. So now, Obee-s Box is about more than soap and skincare. It's about coming back to yourself, fellas. Okay? Obee-s Box is for the man who feels invisible, for the one healing from heartbreak, for the dad, the brother, the guy behind the smile who's tired of holding it all in. And through Obee-s Box Podcast, our voice, and soon our boxes again, we're going to be offering more than care. We're going to be offering peace, power, and permission. So whether you're starting over or just trying to feel again, Obee-s Box is for you. You're not too far gone. And when the boxes return, they're going to come with meaning this time. Real quick, fellas, all opinions shared in this podcast are those of the speaker and don't necessarily reflect the views of Obee-s Box, the brand. So we keep it honest, Ralph and I, and we're respectful and real. So last week, we went down to the jewels and talked about that area where you guys don't mostly talk about. And today, we're going beneath the surface. It's not skin deep, but it's so deep. We're grooming what you can't see in the mirror, which is your mental state, your emotional landscape as well. So it's time to clean house inside too.
Hey, that's right. We're talking about emotional hygiene today. All right. The invisible things we carry and how we clean them up.
Yes. And as always, if you've been here with us since the beginning, we're going to be reviewing questions from the survey that Obee-s Box conducted out of 300 women. There are questions they asked, and mental health was one of the topics that was discussed. So we're going to be bringing real quotes from women. And so what I'm going to do, Ralph, is I'm going to tell you what their quotes were. I'm going to tell you the question we talked about and what their responses were. And I want to get your honest opinion. So let's connect the dots between the heart and the habit. So question 1 was mental and emotional stability. Question 1 was about mental and emotional stability. We asked the women, what are your thoughts on men who actively seek to balance their physical health with mental and emotional stability? The top response was they love it. Okay. And one person said it shows depth, it shows maturity, and it shows readiness for real connection. So Ralph, what does that make you feel as a man? Hearing this response from a woman about how she feels about you taking care of your mental and emotional stability. Like, do men really get that kind of feedback from women?
We should, and we're supposed to.
Okay.
And it goes what I usually say all the time, to where whenever a man is focused and
Mhm.
locked into his purpose, when a man is locked into his purpose, the biggest thing that we can get, especially from women, is that support. Is that support, that uplift, that light that can be shined upon us, that uplifting spirit.
Mhm.
So even when the question is, when women say they love it, to be able to see men that actively seek to balance their physical health and mental and
And emotional
emotional
stability.
stability. And even with the one that says that it shows depth, it does. He's doing that to benefit himself. It shows maturity. A man's life is a chapter book. Just like every single movie that you see, every superhero goes through his ups and downs. So whenever a man is in that mode to where he is focused on that and everything, yes, that means that he is maturing into manhood. It doesn't come with the manual. Manhood does not come with a manual.
Manual.
It's something that we have to go through in order for us to be able to go through. We got to go through it in order for us to go through it. And also too, she says that, it shows readiness for real connection.
Mm-hmm.
It shows readiness for real connection. And that's true. That's absolutely true. So I definitely love the responses and everything that we got from the women.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. And then question 2, the topic was on emotional attentiveness, how you listen to, how you attend to your emotions. So another question we asked was, how appealing do you find a man who is attentive to his mental health and emotional well-being? And most women said very appealing. And to even take it further, one woman said, that's real sexy, a man who knows himself. So Ralph, how does that shift how we define what makes a man attractive? Like, can you reflect on self-worth, vulnerability? Because it's a man who knows himself, man. Let's talk on that. And if you can use experiences from your life, that would even make it much more meaningful.
So a man that knows himself has a solid foundation to where he can't be shooken. The code can't be cracked. As far as when it does come to women, women are going to test your manhood. It's a natural, it's a natural thing. Whether she does it on purpose, but it's just in her nature to be able to test your manhood. So as a man that stands on what it is that he does and what it is that he believes, and he stays true to himself, it, like the response said, it's a real sexy thing when it comes for women. But even with that, there's been chapters in every man's life where his manhood did get tested. And I don't care what class you've ever took. I don't care what test you ever took in. No one has ever made a perfect score in a class. In all of their classes, no one has ever made a perfect score on all of their tests that they ever took. Some tests you're going to fail, but for us men, sometimes we don't know that we're even getting tested. But it's not up to the women to be able to tell us when we're getting tested. But for the man, being that he passed the test, let her know and let her see that mentally and emotionally, he knows exactly who he is.
Fellas, when was the last time you put yourself first? Your strength inspires, your drive leads, but who's looking out for you? At Obee-s Box, we're here for the real talk. Mind, body, and spirit. Don't forget wellness too, because strong men need care too. Join us every Wednesdays on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Podcast Addict, and our website at www.obeesbox.com for honest conversations that put you back on top. Obee-s Box, because men need self-care too.
Let me ask you this. I've heard some people say men are more emotional than women. Is that a true statement?
I'm not going to say more emotional. It's just to where we understand how to control our emotions.
You can control it better than we can.
Yeah. Like we supposed to as men, because we know that a man that's not in control of his emotions is a man that is more likely to either at an early age due to his own self-harm or to most likely commit a crime or do stuff to.
So would you say abusive? He can end up.
Yeah, all of those things. A man is not in control of his emotions. He's not in control of his mental, and his actions can be all over the place at any given time.
Because if you think about it, let's go deep on this. Because if you think about it, you ever seen some of what some of these movies, or you've seen stories where, okay, the woman is testing you, she's popping off at the mouth, hitting you below the belt, below the belt. There's some men who will be like, they'll stay there and they'll take it. And I'm just trying to figure out, how do you guys take stuff like that? Is it like you're keeping all that emotional pain inside you and just let her walk away? Or I'm just trying to really understand how a man really processes things when we're really, especially when we women, when we're emotional and then we're sharing our feelings, or some of us start screaming, some of us start crying. Like when we start saying things that really hurt you guys, some men can't take it and they flip out in the wrong way. Some men walk away and some stay and find a way to kind of calm her down. Like what goes through a guy's mind at that point in terms of with his emotion and mental state?
Is it worth losing everything that you've built? Rome wasn't built in one day. It takes time for a man to build up everything it is that he's worked hard for. So with him not being able to be in a place where he can control his emotions, regardless of what that woman is doing, is it worth him within that split second to lose every single thing that he spent years building up? Because we all know, as far as like the double standards and everything like that. But if he does see that he's dealing with the woman that is emotionally unstable or whatever the case may be, just walk away. Just walk away, and it's not worth it.
So what I'm kind of hearing is you're actually calculating in your mind. Is that what I'm hearing? Like it's a calculated move in terms of you're thinking about everything you work hard for. That's what's going through your mind while she's popping up at the mouth.
Not only that, but also is him being able to understand, again, how to be able to control his own emotions. If you see that she's upset, popping off at the mouth, what have you, are you going to sit there and do the same, or are you going to take charge and be like, okay, and understand that, okay, right now she's emotionally unstable. She doesn't understand the words that's coming out of her mouth. She just may be going and reacting off of feelings and everything and not logic. And you can't expect for a woman to think, react, and move logically, because naturally she's going to go off of emotion most of the time. So as a man, that's where you step up, and as a leader, say, okay, here's the situation. Right now, I'm going to just walk away from the situation, and I'm just going to stay calm, cool, and collected, and just let things be what it is. And then I can either reapproach it at a later time, or, especially when you know that the situation isn't as out of control as she's making it be.
So, okay. So with what you just said, let's be honest, Ralph. When a woman is in that state, are you actually listening to what she's saying, or are you actually thinking in your brain, how do I diffuse this situation?
It depends on what the situation is. I'll say this. Now, if we're sitting there in the car, we're driving back somewhere and you got to sit there and listen to it and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you are sitting here listening to it. And because here's the thing, whatever it is that she says, that's how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she feels. Now, being that she said it, that's how she feels. If she feel this way at this second, that means that she can feel that way again in the future. So, Maya Angelou said it best. If a person tells you who they are, believe them. So if she shows you that's who she is, believe her. Many times, and I've even done this myself, but there's many times where you think that you can change somebody, or, someone says something and you think that, they're just saying it out of, emotion or whatever the case is. No, whatever that person said, that's what they said. Especially when you dealing with someone that says that they're not going to lie to you. Okay, cool. She already told you that she's not going to lie to you on one end, but then she gets to that emotional state. She says all of these things. Keep in mind, she already said she's not going to lie to you. So being that she's not going to lie to you, and then when she gets into her emotions and she says all of these things, she's not lying to you. I know there was a lot, but...
Yeah, okay.
Fellas, when was the last time you put yourself first? Your strength inspires, your drive leads, but who's looking out for you? At Obee-s Box, we're here for the real talk. Mind, body, and spirit. Don't forget wellness too, because strong men need care too. Join us every Wednesdays on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Podcast Addict, and our website at www.obeesbox.com for honest conversations that put you back on top. Obee-s Box, because men need self-care too.
Moving right on to question 3. Managing stress was the topic, and the question was, how significant is it for a man to manage stress effectively in his personal and professional life? Responses were heavy on very significant. So most women think it's very, very significant for the man to manage stress. And one woman said, if he can't regulate himself, I won't feel safe with him. So that's a really deep statement, Ralph. And how do you...
Now, I literally just said it. I just said it. So she just proved my point. If he can't regulate himself and manage his own stress and respond and react in an emotional way, how in the world do you expect for her to feel safe? She's sitting here yelling at you and you sit there and yell back at her and everything like that. That ain't doing nothing but creating a toxic environment. And that's not good for nobody.
Oh, I see. This is me personally. I'm not talking about. So a man, when I see it in a woman's point of view, my point of view, or how I see it, is when a man isn't able to manage stress, here's what I see. A man who doesn't care about his appearance, himself. A man who just goes out drinking that's how he's relieving his stress, coming back drunk. A man who just cusses his lady, doesn't want to be around her, messing around, sleeping around. That's a man. To me, that's a man doesn't know how to manage his stress. Maybe he's thinking he's managing it by doing all these things, but it's almost like bringing chaos back with him.
Back to him. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Back to him. And here's the thing. And now everybody knows about the story of Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm. Some people don't know.
This is true. This is true. But the thing is that Adam and Eve, they was in the Garden of Eden and everything, and God told them not to eat no fruit from this one specific tree. Mm-hmm. And Eve brought a fruit from the one tree that God told Adam actually not to eat, and Adam ate the fruit. Now, some people say that it's Eve's fault why they got kicked out of the garden, But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, at
Still
the
falls on the man.
still falls on the man. So at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, it's up to you to be able to control and manage your stress and be able to understand how to control and manage your emotion. My men, my brothers. Now, is it hard? Absolutely. And that's why I said real men cry, because when you got to get it out, go ahead and get it out. Get to your safe space alone or what have you. Go ahead and cry, get it out, and then get right back to it. If you're strong enough to cry, you're strong enough to cry. Get it over with, wipe your tears, and get back to it. That means that you've been blessed with enough strength and enough ability, and God has gifted you to be able to endure whatever it is that you're enduring so that you can
And,
continue on your journey and your purpose.
yeah. And to add on to what the woman said, if he can't regulate himself, I won't feel safe with him. Think about him being emotionally and mentally unstable, managing a family. That's a scary picture. That's a very scary picture, because almost looks like now that burden is now falls on the woman's shoulder. So it is extremely, extremely important for a man to truly know himself and knows when he's about to go off the edge and reel himself right back in, or even have something like a ritual he does, whether he's working out, whether he's meditating, whether he's praying, just something that just keeps him centered, because working, taking care of families, that's enough stress to handle on a daily basis.
I agree.
And
I
then
definitely agree.
another question was ritual building. Just like brushing your teeth or trimming your beard, emotional hygiene needs a routine, okay? So, Ralph, what's one daily check-in you think every man should practice?
One daily check-in I think that every man should practice
Yeah,
is, first of all,
like a
check in.
ritual.
Oh, shoot. Wake up in the morning. First of all, thank God that He blessed you with yet another day for you to be able to breathe and take on the world, because you could not have woke up this morning. And also, too, if you woke up with the roof over your head, that's a blessing. If you woke up with being able to move, that's another blessing, because you could be paralyzed. I heard someone say this the other day. The guy that's in the wheelchair that can't use his legs wishes that he was a guy that was able to wake up in the morning with pain in his legs but can still move around and function.
Mm. Wow.
The guy that's laying in the hospital bed as a vegetable that can't move his body at all wishes that he was the guy in the wheelchair so that he can at least be mobile.
Wow.
The guy that's dead in the grave wishes that he was the guy as a vegetable so that he can at least be able to see the smile on his loved one's face.
Wow.
So, whatever position it is that you're in, be thankful, because it could always be worse. And especially if you're someone that's been in worse situations that you've been in currently. That's the thing. Be thankful where you're at and be able to say, what, I thank God for what I got now, because you didn't always have this. You didn't always have this. So move forward and be thankful. Show gratitude.
Yes.
Yeah. And make that a ritual.
Very true. Well spoken. And emotional hygiene is maintenance for your mind. You don't wait until you break and you start building moments of care. Start now and build in moments of care. So if you've been walking around with emotional buildup, consider this episode your call to clear it out. You deserve peace. You deserve clarity.
And I got to say this. Don't wait for a breakdown. Check in before you check out.
We need you guys on this earth, for real. So this was the emotional and mental responses that we got from the 300 women who did a survey on men's grooming, what they think about men's grooming. So next week, we're going to go into the physical fitness and posture and the body language of a well-groomed man. And we're going to be extremely real with this one. So I don't think you want to miss this.
Your mental health deserves attention, not just on hard days, but every single day. Every single day you look yourself in the mirror, just know that your mental health deserves attention.
And before we close, fellas, hear this clearly. You are loved, you are needed, and you matter more than you know. So take care of yourself, not because it's a trend, but because you only get one you. There are people in this world who light up when they see you, like your smile, your walk, everything about you makes them feel happy. So don't let burnout, neglect, or pressure rob them of your full presence.
Here's the thing. You're worth the effort. You are the mirror. You are the ritual. And you are in power of your own reset button.
And thank you for being with us on this journey today. And as always, stay clean, stay grounded, and stay becoming, because men need self-care too. Love you guys.
Deuces.